Zachary, did you hear James Gunn told David Ayer that the Ayer Cut will have its time to be shared? Thoughts? Yes, so over on Twitter, David Ayer is very vocal about the fact that the version of Suicide Squad 2016 that was released is not the movie that he wrote. It's not the movie that he filmed. That during the marketing process, after the release of Deadpool, the response to Batman v Superman, he lost control of the film. They radically reworked the film. Everything about it, shuffled around, new ending, new beginning, new structure, new focus. One of the things that the released version is famous or infamous for is the fact that they used like songs as character development as they introduced each of the characters. They use a different rock song, different pop song for each person. That was not in his movie. He said, my cut of the movie, it's entirely a score. Most of the score you haven't even heard. And so the vibe, the feel, the story itself, the character arcs, all of that was changed. And he's been very open about that. Very open about it. But will it get released? Obviously, the release of Zack Snyder's Justice League makes it seem like they're open to releasing some of these lost versions. There's an audience for it, but part of the problem is that the SnyderVerse crew, as in the fandom, the release the Snyder Cut crew, released the David Ayer Cut. The response to the Zack Snyder's Justice League being released wasn't people being like, "Oh, thank you, that's cool that you did that." It's not normal for a studio to release something like this. That's not the response they got. The response they got was, "Yeah, now bring Zack Snyder back. Where's David Ayer's film? When are we gonna do this? Why are you doing this stuff with James Gunn?" And the anger didn't subside. It didn't lessen. The anger only amplified as they gave the people what they wanted. You got Zack Snyder's Justice League, and they spent tens of millions of dollars on it. And it only made people angrier. Maybe if it's just a small percentage, but a very loud group of people. And so it only kind of furthered the divide and the division. And so the coincidentally, ironically, the release the Snyder Cut people, the restore the Snyder Cut people, are kind of the reason we're probably not going to get David Ayer's cut anytime soon, because they didn't calm down. They didn't get, WB didn't get the response that they wanted, which was, hey, thanks for releasing that. They got more rage and more demands. And it's kind of the equivalent of the reason that you don't negotiate with terrorists is because as soon as you do, you tell terrorists that terrorism works, and therefore they do more things and more extreme things because you'll negotiate with them. Well, if the online terrorists are angry and you're like, here you go, here's the thing that you want, and then they're still angry and getting worked up, you don't convince them to give you more things. You convince them like, oh, these people are mad at us no matter what we do. Maybe this isn't such a hot plan. Maybe I shouldn't compare the movie fans to terrorists, but that's that same kind of idea that, like, I love Zack Snyder's Justice League. I've said it openly. I've said that I was wrong about it. It wasn't going to get released for 15 years. Was so excited that they did. I would love to see David Ayer's cut, but the fandom's made that difficult. So, to the actual question itself, David Ayer has said, James Gunn said that his day will come. I think that, James Gunn is trying to make friends with everyone. He wants everyone on his side. He wants everyone kind of playing ball with him so that we can like soothe things over. So I think he's saying a lot of things to a lot of people that he actually does want to see happen. When will it happen? How will it happen? I don't know. But he's open to a lot of things. And so I don't take that as meaning anything's happening in the near future. I hope it happens. I'd love to see it. I'm very curious about it. I love it when we can see two very different versions of the same film, and in particular when we finally get to see the director's intended version of something. So I would love to be able to see that if it were able to happen, but I really think that the angry fandom that's still raging every day on Twitter and like going after James Gunn, like fire James Gunn, bring back Zack Snyder. Every time they do that, I think they make it less likely that this is going to happen, because that's just not the people that the studio's like. Yeah, that's the group of people. Let's do everything that they want. The very angry people that are never happy with whatever we do unless we give them everything they want, which we can't do. Pretty sure Zack Snyder has no interest in doing that himself. So that's a tricky one.
Most of these clips are pulled from my weekly Patreon live stream. Join at any level and you can join the chat and ask all the questions you want. That's for as little as $2 per month. For $5 per month, you can get your name on my end card. For $25 per month, you can have a monthly video chat with me. Link is in the description for more details, and keep talking movies and TV too much.